What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Francis, here with my fellow co-host Oscar Morale, coming in from University of Miami.
Well, I'm not currently at the University of Miami, but hey guys, how you doing?
We got Colin Fursley representing the University of Florida.
I mean, I don't want to represent them, but what's up, guys?
And we have a rare occasion today. We have Marco Neto coming in from the University of Central Florida, looking spiffy like a finance major. What is going on?
What's up, guys? Go Knights. Charge on.
What he said, you already know.
He's finally
We have a
back,
great-
boys.
Yeah, good
This
to
is
have
a
you
great
back,
episode.
Marco.
The whole crew is back. And,
Love y'all.
you know, I was thinking we're getting right into some MLB kind of news things going on in the MLB world right now, Colin, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Major League Baseball, we haven't talked about them much, but that's because, the majority of the season's during the summer, so we took the summer off. But playoffs are back. It's October. Happy birthday, Oscar. And the MLB season the MLB postseason is starting. So the wild card round just started yesterday, and some of the rounds are already finished. So the Mets are up 1-0 on Milwaukee. They're playing right now. So are the Braves and the Padres are currently playing right now. San Diego's up 1-0 in those series. And then the other two series that finished just a little while ago or while we were recording ended in a sweep. So unfortunately, I picked the Astros to win the World Series, and they got swept in the first round by the Detroit Tigers. Very unfortunate. And then the Royals, surprisingly, also another upset, swept the Orioles. The Royals swept the Orioles. So another surprise there. So that means that the Tigers will face off against the Guardians in the first round in the ALDS, Game 1 ALDS, and then the Royals are going to be playing the New York Yankees. So I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch any of these games. I just followed them. I watched the doubleheader between the Mets and the Braves, though. They both suck, except the Mets are winning now, which is weird. I don't know. MLB postseason I always find to be very unpredictable. I don't know what you guys think about what is going on or what has happened so far.
Out of the major sports, I agree with you. It tends to be the more unpredictable one, and it's more like
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mark. Yeah.
You know, I agree. I think every baseball game is really unpredictable, to be so honest. You could have a crazy team, and I mean, they'll still get obliterated by some doo-doo team like the Oakland A's or now whatever city they're moving to, or the
Sacramento,
trash White Sox.
Before Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yep.
But I did want to comment real quick on some baseball stuff. I'm honestly, I'm surprised that Baltimore really lost. I thought that was gonna be a series. I'm pretty sure I had them going to the World Series if I'm not mistaken, but I don't remember. But yeah, I mean they just pitching, man. Their pitching was not good. And Kansas City had their aces on. So yeah, I mean I don't know if anyone else has to comment on baseball.
Were expecting the Baltimore Orioles to be low-key a bit of a sleeper for this playoffs, but yeah, man, they really underperformed to their expectations.
Yeah, but
pitching was
Detroit
really
has
key.
been hot. Detroit has been hot. I'll say
Tarek
that.
Skubal is going to win the Cy Young, obviously.
For sure.
Very, very, very great pitcher. Just going back to the Orioles, pitchers duel all the way. I mean, the first game 1 was 1-0, and now this game 2 is 2-1. So the Orioles could not hit, or maybe the Royals pitching was just that good. But yeah, it's very interesting. We'll see how they do in the following rounds. I feel like I have to make another pick for the World Series because my pick is gone. Who did you guys pick?
I don't remember. I'm not gonna lie.
So I picked the Yankees, I believe, to win it and to come out of the American League, and I think out of the National League.
Well, you think the Yankees are gonna win the whole thing?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I said it was boom or bust for them this year, for
Oh.
sure.
I had Baltimore.
You had Baltimore? Well,
I think I had
forgot.
Baltimore winning the whole thing.
And I'm pretty sure I had the Padres for the National League.
Okay. Well, I forgot to mention, now that we're talking about this, we filmed an episode last week, and it didn't upload, so we couldn't post it.
Yeah.
So we talked about the playoffs, and we made predictions, and we couldn't upload it. So we'll make the predictions now. I never predicted the Astros to win the World Series. I mean, why would I do that? I'm gonna go with the. I mean, I don't want to because I really don't like them, but I'm picking the Phillies. Like, I'm just gonna go.
Oh, I remember my pick now.
Oh, it was the
It was
Phillies.
it was Phillies versus Baltimore, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did remember you picking Baltimore for one of them, Mark.
Yeah.
Oscar, you can change your pick if you want. You're still going Yankees.
Yeah, I think I have to go Yankees, especially because
All
it's
right.
boom or bust for them. Like this year, like I really want to see what they do. Because last year,
Yeah.
I believe they got to the right
The
conference finals or the
The
I think
ALCS.
yeah,
ALCS.
Did
exactly.
they?
I
Did they?
think
I don't
so.
even remember.
I thought
No,
they
no,
made
they
it to
didn't. They didn't. They
ALDS.
didn't. They
They
didn't.
made
No,
it
no,
to
no, no,
ALDS.
no, guys. Sorry, I was tripping real quick. They didn't make the playoffs last year. The Yankees missed the playoffs last year. The ALCS
Oh,
last year was the Rangers
it
and the
was two.
Astros.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It was 2 years ago where
Yeah.
they got really close and they bottled it right at the end.
I think they might have lost to the Phillies in the NLCS. Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see what they do. Marco, I know. I'm sure. I'm gonna guess that you have not watched a single second of Major League Baseball this season. So, who do you think is gonna win the World Series?
Oh, right off the bat, shots at me. All right. Welcome back,
Whoa, whoa,
Marquise. But no, I'm playing. You're not wrong, guys. The only sport I've watched is UCF football. I have not watched a second of NFL football, or pretty much any other college game. My apartment in college has no cable, so I have no option. But just from looking at it,
Well, I'll give you
honestly,
the other teams. Hold up. So you got these teams, and then these are the other teams that are in. So you can
yeah.
pick.
Honestly, I don't want to be a bandwagon here, but I've seen them play in person several times. I think that they're always a consistent squad, and I think they could be able to get it done. So I'm gonna choose the Phillies here also. I've seen them extensively at Lone Depot Park,
Yep.
for many years actually, because they're a consistent opponent. So, and they've always
Yeah,
been pretty solid. So I can imagine that they're, you know, there's a lot of other even big, big ticket teams that have taken big dips. I feel like they've always been more or less consistent, so I'll take them.
You know,
From
there's
my
a lot
lack
of
of
teams that
knowledge.
either a big boom or a big doom. So Phillies have always been a big boom.
Yeah. So those are our Major League Baseball predictions. Not a lot of information to go off of. We don't watch baseball that much, so
I
we
think
follow
the
it,
last
but
time I
we're not
watched
experts.
a baseball game, I think Colin Fursley and I went ball hawking at Lone Depot Park. I think that's the last time I watched a baseball game. I think that's the only time I watched
Is
a
that
baseball game.
is that when I made my nice catch? You remember?
I don't
No.
remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
God dang.
I'm not sure, but we can always expect Colin Fursley to make a really nice catch, especially
Dude,
in the outfield.
remember when I jumped up and I fell on the sofa? You don't remember that? You were there, dude.
No,
Yeah,
no,
My
no,
dad
no,
you
almost
were
got it.
there.
I remember that game. I remember that game, but that was not our last game. We went to another game.
Sorry.
My dad almost caught a Shohei
remember-
Ohtani
hey.
foul ball, so
Remember
Dang.
when I robbed you and Tyler, when we were sitting by the net, and they threw the ball with I had no glove, and you both had gloves, and I still robbed you guys.
I remember that, but you didn't rob me. You were standing in front of me, so
Technically, you were gonna pull a Zach Campbell and bully a little kid.
Whoa, no, Zach Campbell slander is allowed on
Whoa,
this
whoa,
channel,
whoa,
bro.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Whoa, we cannot be
I
having
robbed you
this.
guys.
All right,
I
let's.
commend myself.
No, oh my God, bro, just.
I love you, Zach Campbell.
All right, let's move
I'm sorry,
on
sir.
to let's move on to college football. Marco's specialty over here. We'll go over the top 25 just to start off. Alabama surpassed Texas. We'll talk about that game separately. We'll talk about the games separately, but just a little look through in the rankings. Any things you guys have noticed that are interesting?
I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Yep.
all
Texas
I gotta
dropped
say.
1. Tennessee is in the top 4 now. Georgia dropped all the way to 5 after losing to Alabama.
Dropped one. Dropped
That was a-
one.
That was a
But it
fun
was a
game.
really, really close, intense game between two
Yeah.
cousins, as Colin
Yeah.
found out that night.
Boise State shot up 4.
They're not technically cousins. Come
I mean,
Boise
they call
State,
each other cousins.
BYU
Yeah.
shot up 5 slots. BYU is 5-0.
Yeah.
Really,
Shout out
really
I was
to
gonna
interesting.
say
Zach Wilson and the Mormons.
I had no idea, but I thought that the season was going to be okay. Just for perspective, UCF has to play Iowa State, BYU, and Utah to close out the season. So that's going to be
Oh,
a fun
that'll
one.
be yeah, that'll definitely be fun. I think the story of the week, in terms of upsets, was Ole Miss for sure. They lost to Kentucky. I don't know how they did that. That was a
Their
pitiful
kicker
game.
kicked a absolute rock into the stands.
Yeah, I saw that. So kind of rough. Auburn looks really bad. Like they're really, really bad. They don't have a quarterback. I think they throw 5 interceptions every single game.
Where's Auburn
Um,
at?
no, they're not ranked. They lost to
Oh,
Oklahoma. They lost to Oklahoma. I just wanted to point that out there because it
Ain't
was,
no love
oh,
in
okay. Okay.
Oklahoma.
yeah. So okay, now we'll jump into the games individually. Let's start off with Marco. You take the floor. Colorado and UCF. How did that go for you?
College game day.
Yeah,
Big noon. Cheap version of college game. Go ahead.
I'll try and keep it concise so we can look forward to next week. But, definitely an interesting game. Marquee matchup for the Knights. Colorado, Deion Sanders and company coming into town. Big noon kickoff, largest crowd, sold out stadium. UCF was counting on, their second and, the FBS rush attack, averaging 380 yards a game. I think RJ Harvey was held to 77 yards. That definitely affected our production. And UCF notoriously, when we get behind, we can't catch up. So we were down by 2 scores by halftime, 2 or 3 scores actually, and we really couldn't recover after that. Shadur was dynamic as usual. And Travis Hunter's, obviously special, but their accessory players played well, and we just couldn't get ahead. Offensively, and I think we only forced a punt once. They scored on almost every offensive drive, so an absolute rout, 48-21. It was hard to watch. A lot of key takeaways going into another decisive matchup in Gainesville this weekend to really keep our playoff hopes alive and to kind of establish ourselves as the second best team in the state. I think I'm looking forward to that. This week was a pretty abysmal showing, and as Coach Gus Malzahn said, we're going to learn the most about our team this week. And I think that if we drop these two with the matchups against Iowa State, BYU, Utah, Cincinnati that we have coming up, it's not looking too good. So we'll talk about the other game coming up later, but
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
a poor showing by the Knights. Pretty disappointing to watch it, live. Credit to Colorado. You got to give them their flowers. They're unranked, but they have a good squad. They're well coached. They play hard. So, yeah.
Agreed. Hopefully I can
Yep.
try to get out there to Boulder, watch the game, but they have a squad. Travis Hunter now, I mean, he's honestly looking like he's gonna be a top 5 pick, depending on what he declares as, which honestly I think he should declare as a corner. I don't know what you guys think. I think he should declare as a corner, not a receiver. You think he should be a receiver?
Well, I
The
think you
thing
should
that
play both,
I
personally.
noticed, I think that he's going to be one of the first NFL guys to truly be a dual threat in that aspect. So I don't think he has to choose. But in terms of
Wow.
declaration, I think, just seeing him in person, something I've never seen before live. A lot of guys are track speed, but there's a difference between track speed and being game speed. He almost pulled a DK Metcalf against Arizona and Buda Baker. He tracked down a guy from UCF from almost 75 yards away in speed I've never seen before. So his explosiveness off the line as a wide receiver, there's nothing any of our corners could have done. Like, if you see him off the line, well, we were playing him off the line, but if you see him off the line, his explosiveness reminds me of, quite frankly, a Tyreek Hill that we love so much. Obviously he has a larger center of gravity. He's a solid 6'1", 6'2" guy. I am nervous about him being a little bit lanky for the pros. He'll put some muscle on, but honestly, he doesn't need it because nobody touches him. So, that's my 2 cents. Very explosive
Yeah,
I
off the
really
line.
think it'd be so
Yeah.
interesting if he becomes a two-way player in the NFL, because I mean that takes a toll on that person's health. But I mean, if that is so, and the team he's drafted to, he can play
Well,
snaps both offensively and defensively. I mean, that is gonna be a story to tell
to
for the
speak on that
ages.
aspect specifically, there's been a bunch of people who have played in the NFL, who play in the NFL currently, and who are a lot more savvy and more familiar with the game of football than we have. And from what I've heard, the general consensus is it's impossible, flat out, point blank, period, to play both sides of the ball consistently. Now, what I think will happen, what I've seen, what I've read, is probably he, like Marco said, he'll be a receiver, but they'll definitely have packages on defense. Well, they'll include him if he gets drafted to a team that needs him. So, like, he might be playing 10 to 12 snaps on defense, but playing a majority of his snaps on offense for sure.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, there's been players that have done that. What you said, Oscar, definitely not throughout their career. But I mean, Deion Sanders is like
Yeah,
the quintessential two-way player. He played
yeah.
two ways in college as well at Florida State, and then
And
in the
played
NFL when
professional baseball, which is
yeah,
unheard of.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He did that, but then also in the NFL, he played receiver and he played DB. And then obviously, like you said, he couldn't do it consistently. So when he eventually switched over permanently to just DB,
DB. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, if there's anyone that can train a guy like that, it's like Travis
It's
Hunter,
it's
it's Deion Sanders.
Coach
So
it's
Sanders.
Deion Sanders, Coach
yeah,
Prime,
absolutely.
prime time,
Prime
baby.
time. Yeah, and I think Marco, just to your point, real quick before we move on, in terms of like his build, I think his length serves him really really well. Corner and receiver, obviously, but corner specifically, and a guy that I really look uh, to compare him with, build wise, Florida State guy as well, Jalen Ramsey. He has no muscle on him.
I
He's
knew
very
it. I
skinny.
knew you were gonna say
I,
it. I knew
I mean,
I
it's
think I
true.
think
I
he has
thought
the
I
right
thought you
build
were
for
gonna
a
say
corner. I
Trayvon
was saying
that
as
Diggs.
a
that
receiver. I was
that's
saying as a
not
receiver who's
true
taking a
though.
lot of hits.
I think as a corner, his build
Whoa,
reminds me of Trayvon Diggs,
No, I'm
personally.
not saying the
stop,
comparison isn't
Mark,
true. I'm
stop.
saying Jalen
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey has muscle, man. He's one of the
No,
strongest.
I'm
Yeah, I
saying just
know, but
visibly, I think he's perfect as
visibly.
a corner. 6'1", 6'2", 180, perfect. I'm saying as a receiver getting hit in the NFL, I think he can put on a little more. As a corner, he's fine. He can stay where he's at. He wraps up. He has no problem getting our big guys down. I just think that if he's going to stick to receiver, he should put on a little bit more. He should get to 200 in my opinion, but you know.
Yeah, when I said Jalen Ramsey, I just meant like the way he looks visibly.
Yeah,
There's no muscle. He's just skinny, but he's long and
yeah.
he's lengthy, and
He
that's
no
exactly what
his his
Hunter
wingspan is
is.
long for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So moving on to another crazy college football game. I'll let Oscar take the floor on this one. We got versus Virginia Tech. I was so close to having a nice Friday night until the stupid refs decided
I
to
couldn't
not
watch it.
call
I
it a
no.
catch. So,
All right.
Oscar, come on.
So, I think this game was exciting, must-watch college football from start to end. I mean, I had not, like, at least for a game, seen an atmosphere like that in a while. Like, definitely, it was much more electric from start to finish. Like, fan-wise, like and Miami in general, we're known for not having the most active fans. That actually come out to the games, to the stadiums, whether it be a pricing thing, a traffic thing, or just
No,
so
it's
many
very
different
far.
so many different things to do in Miami, as well as distance, like Colin just mentioned. But there was a lot of Canes fans there on Friday, and I was glad to see it. Yeah, I was working the game as usual, but after the third quarter, I was able to enjoy fully the fourth quarter. Sitting down, not working, not working while watching the game. But yeah, no, this game was absolutely a spectacle. Cam Ward showing why he's a Heisman favorite right now. I think he just dropped to second this week, but I'm sure he'll be running in the mix throughout the whole year. Had an insane play where he stiff-armed two defensive linemen to chest pass the ball out to one of our offensive linemen. I believe it was an offensive lineman, or
No,
a
I think
tight
it
end,
was
or a tight end
no.
in a
Yeah,
block
it was. I
package.
think it was a tight end. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was blocking that. It was in a blocking package, so he wasn't out as running a route, so to say. Um, And it was just an incredible play. And then obviously the play at the end, the Virginia Tech Hail Mary at the end. I mean, they reviewed it multiple times. The ACC also put out a statement, I believe 2 days after the game finished, explaining as to why the ruling was overturned. And it was originally called a touchdown. I was there witnessing it live. So we actually, in the suite where we were in, we have access to the replay booth. So like not the replay that gets shown on the broadcast, but what the referees are actually seeing. And clear as day, we saw that there was just no possession of the ball as they were coming down. So after he had made the initial catch, he wasn't able to possess it on the way down. And there was just a million other arms in the mix as well. It's just, if you got time and you want to see a good set of highlights, watch the highlights of that game, because it was just incredible game start to finish.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Kyron Drones really impressed me. I feel like, okay, hold on, let me take a step back. I told Oscar this, I was texting him. I really liked his instincts and his vision and the way he moves in the pocket and his awareness because I had never really heard about him before. Watching that game, I was very, very impressed with him. The pocket would be collapsing and he would know exactly which lane to take and run or pass. Like, he was very, very good at it, and it's not something you see a lot of other players do. And in fact, in that particular aspect of the game, I think he's better than Cam Ward. Honestly, he looked very, very good in that aspect of the game. At least in this game. The one thing though that kills him, and it's so unfortunate because if he was good at this, he would actually be a good player. But he cannot.
I think he is a good player.
Okay, he's not bad. But if you look at his completion percentage, he is so inaccurate. His accuracy infuriates me. I don't know how this is possible, but he can't throw the ball to someone like here. Like it was like if he put the ball on his receivers like a good amount, they could have done something. But he would have some wide open guys and he just flat out misses them, and it's just unfortunate. But it was cool to watch.
Well, he's a great talent. He spent last summer working out with Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders throughout the whole summer. So he's a great talent to watch out for the next few years.
Definitely. If he can improve upon his accuracy, he's going to be very, very good. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he could have done a little bit better. But overall, though, great game. Tech started off with that fumble, and then UM came back, and then Tech got ahead, and then they went for it on fourth down, which was really, really stupid.
The whole game. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's great to have this game back. They're historically very, very good rivals between Virginia Tech and UM, and then they stopped playing because of the ACC scheduling, and then they redid the whole scheduling process now that SMU and Cal and Stanford joined, and now they're back to playing each other on a yearly basis. So it's going to be a fun rivalry to renew in the coming years. But let's go now to the game of the year potentially. Georgia and Alabama. Did you guys watch this game in full?
I didn't watch the full game. I
watched it.
I saw
clips of it.
No. I was tired.
It was homecoming weekend, we were having our fun. I saw the clips of it though. Who's the 17-year-old receiver on Bama that's absolutely dominating?
I believe it's Ryan Williams, right? Yeah.
Ryan Williams.
Yeah, right.
My God.
Yeah,
that kid is 2 years younger than me. 6 receptions, 177 yards, and a tutty.
He's born in 2007. That's crazy.
I saw some really good.
I'm in the wrong industry.
Plays at least. I saw some really good individual plays. I don't know about the construction of the game. I do remember being at Texas Roadhouse and looking at the score, and it was looking like a clear winner there, and took a turn. To make an interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, Alabama came out. They scored touchdowns on 4 consecutive drives, and they were up 28-0. And then you can see in the box score they were up 30-7 at halftime. And I was like, bro, this game was had so much hype. Everyone was talking about it, and Alabama and Jalen Milroe just run away with it instantly. I mean, you can see Jalen Milroe had 117 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
That's insane.
It was ridiculous. I'm pretty sure he's part of the reason why Cam Ward is number 2 now in the Heisman of odds.
Yeah, no,
because
it is.
Because of this game, and then
wait, is he number
Carson
1?
Beck,
is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Jalen Milrose, I guess he's number one now. I mean,
He's a
Carson
great
Beck,
quarterback, man.
he's good. He's
He's
very
a
good.
great quarterback.
He's very good. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. I don't want to say anything about
He
him
reminds me a bit of Jalen Hurts. I think a bit more mobile than Jalen Hurts, but like just like an athletic quarterback that can
Yeah.
run the ball and throw it at a pretty consistent clip.
Well,
Obviously,
I mean,
not
that's
running it like a Lamar Jackson, but who he reminds me the most of was Jalen Hurts for sure.
That's true. Yeah.
well, I mean
And
that's the era of football we're in now. When the receiver, when the running back, has to be able to scramble and run and
when
just
the
get
court,
yards and score a touch. Not
yeah.
the quarterback. My apologies. Yeah.
Oh no, I think you meant running back. Yes. You see these running backs, they're learning how to
Yeah.
throw nowadays.
These running backs, they can throw the ball too, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. Carson Beck, he threw 3 interceptions. The last one was horrible. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, I mean, Georgia started playing well. Alabama took their foot off the gas. They came back. Obviously, they scored 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then Ryan Williams had that insane play. They took the lead, and then one play later, it was gone.
I mean,
The
that
grab where
catch
he-
was insane.
The
He
grab where
just
he
went.
twirls around, he's like,
Yeah. Yeah, he did a little pirouette after he caught the ball, and like 2 Alabama defenders ran
I didn't
into
know. I
each
was
other.
watching Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, sure, bud.
It was a
I
crazy
just
game,
it was such a disappointing end though, because Georgia's
Yeah.
driving with a chance to tie it, and then there's a good minute left on the clock, and they're already on the 20-yard line, and then he throws a jump ball in the end zone. Like, why would you do that? Like, even if you score there, there's a minute left. I just thought the time management and the play calling for Georgia at the end was very disappointing. It's a great game though.
It was a very winnable game for the Bulldogs, and they willingly gave it away. I'm not gonna lie, especially since they were able to come back and they had momentum on their side.
I didn't think
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they gave it away. I wouldn't say it's a winnable game. I think they rallied really hard, and they got the best of Bama in the second half.
Oh no, don't get me
Um,
wrong. Bama was clearly the better team, at least on that night.
Yeah.
I think on paper Georgia clearly, I mean not clearly, but it's still a better team on paper. But that night, I mean, Bama came ready to play, simple as that, and Georgia didn't. And the
Yeah.
fact that they were still able to get back into that game, but not learn from the lessons of the first half, was absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
this is gonna be a matchup, a rivalry. I mean, we've seen it. If I'm not mistaken, we've seen it. I think 4 times in the last 3 years or so. 4 games between Bama and Georgia, including in the playoffs. And
Well, no, I think this is the first time they meet in the regular season. No, yeah, I think all other meetings
Yeah.
beforehand have been
yeah,
either in
but
a
all the
bowl
other games
game
are like the SEC
or
championships
Yeah,
or
SEC
something like that.
championship or
Two SEC championships and 2 national championships. So
Absolutely
Yeah.
absurd, man. And just both great teams. 439 yards passing is insane. But still 117 for a quarterback rushing is also, I mean, that's 11.7 fantasy points right there, man. I wish I had this guy in fantasy football if he was in the league. Might consider
man.
dropping Joe Burrow, but
um,
wow, just wow. Honestly, game of the year, honestly.
yeah, it was a great game. And then I guess now we'll move into the topic of the weekend. We got a great. I mean, we'll see how the matchup is, but just for the state of Florida, a real nice way to spend the weekend. And the boys are coming to town as well, so it's gonna
I'm
be a
coming.
great weekend.
I'm going
Uh,
down to Gainesville, baby.
UCF and University of Florida playing each other in football in Gainesville this weekend. Marco, take it away, buddy.
yeah, guys, we got a really cool matchup. First time returning to the Swamp since 2006. Really big transformation since then as a program. Power conference affiliation, stadium, a lot of development there. Undefeated season since then. Not going to call ourselves national champions, but we have developed as a program a lot. So I'm happy to see how we take on Florida in a year that has definitely not turned out the way they anticipated. I think they came into the season being a really good team on paper, as they typically are.
Who, Florida?
Always Florida.
Heck no. No.
Colin,
Stop it.
Colin,
Stop
Colin,
it. Stop it.
Colin.
Call him Michael Fursley.
Colin, in terms of recruits, they outnumber us in 4 and 5 stars by a landslide, sir. So
Okay, respectfully,
that's
it's
what I mean by
UCF.
paper.
Like, come on now. Sorry. My bad. Sorry, dude.
Mark Canetto has left the chat. Hey, how about those ore diggers though?
Oh my
4-0,
God.
baby. You already know
Dude.
Evan Foster throwing for 434 yards, 1 interception, 27 for 35. You know, honestly, great game. Landon Walker, 92 rushing yards, and of course, Max McLeod, absolutely insane with 89 receiving yards. But man, Flynn Shield, 297 receiving yards, 13 receptions for 3 tutties. How about
That's
those ore
crazy
diggers?
numbers.
Insane. That is some Randy Moss numbers.
Only in D2, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say all that, but you did that D2.
Hey, it's all right. We're D2, but we're 4-0 in D2. I don't believe any other team here besides the University of Miami, which heck of a team, are undefeated, including your Florida State Seminoles, Colin Fursley.
Let's not talk about that, Ma.
But yeah,
Dude,
when Marco gets back today,
DJ Uya broke his finger, so he's not gonna
that's
play.
good news.
DJ Ukulele, let's go. I hate that guy.
Oh
Who
my
names their
God.
son DJ? Like, you're not John Summit, bro. Come on. But
Oh my
just
God.
to come back. Oh wow. It kind of stank in that room.
Oh my
I'm
God.
Marco's just
intrigued.
clearing out the room.
I feel like he smells a little bit of Gator aura in the room. Double pumping. Okay, wow.
That's
So
right.
anyway, wow, he just
Marco always brings great entertainment to the pod.
Absolutely.
We love having him on.
exactly.
Couldn't do it without him.
I think in terms of the game though, I think it's going to be a great game. I think UCF is going to win. Go Knights. UC whatever the heck they do. Yeah, that thing.
UCF? Is that it, Marco? UCF? Is that how you do it?
That's great. Yeah. I mean, it's better than this. I don't know what these guys are doing. These guys are twiddling their thumbs over there in Tallahassee, but having quite the abysmal season.
Kind of looks like
Yeah.
they're
It's
scratching
what
the
it
back
is.
of their heads,
I will say I think it's going to be a
know.
good matchup. I expect a lot out of UCF here after a developmental week. I think that the one thing that's going to be a challenge is the atmosphere. Quite frankly, it's definitely a hostile environment to play in. It gets extremely loud. Primetime game. I think we can see if the guys are going to show up. I expect a lot out of KJ in terms of leadership. I haven't seen it yet this season thus far. Really trying to command the pocket a little better. The offensive line too has been crumbling the last couple games. I definitely expect more out of them. To give KJ more time and also to give opportunities to RJ Harvey, our crown gem, who, I think a good game for him would be 150 plus yards on the ground, which I think he's capable of. He showed it in our first 2 contests. He rushed for 180 against TCU. And then I definitely think our defensive ends have to take a step up. I think we need to put pressure on, who's starting? Is it Lagway that's starting? Or do you know,
I
Colin?
don't know, bro. They both suck. It doesn't
Well,
even matter, dude.
Regardless, we have to put pressure on the quarterback.
I'll
I
tell
think
you right
it's gonna
now.
be. I think it's gonna be a good game.
I'm pretty sure it's
Florida's
Is it Graham
projected to win.
Mertz?
I don't think so.
I think Mertz should be
Florida's
back
projected,
for
but-
this game.
Well, okay. Yeah, I don't know if they're. I think they're continuing to do this. Graham Mertz starts the game, but they alternate every drive. They switch. So unless I guess one of them, like if Graham Mertz is on a hot streak, they'll leave him in. But they alternate every drive. That's what they've been doing the last couple weeks. So, but Graham
I-20.
starts the game.
I-20's at hat.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna do well offensively as long as you guys keep RJ like upright. Their defense, Gators defense, is pretty bad. I think. Your running back is gonna do well. Let's
I mean,
just
they
put
got
it
a
that way.
monster D lineman though. I will say that.
They think
He
it's going to
doesn't.
be
He
a
doesn't do
high-scoring
anything.
contest
I know,
too.
I know.
They think the over/under's 59.5 right now. In terms of total points.
I'd
Dang.
take the
So they
over
think
on
it's going
that.
to be a high-scoring contest. I think
I hope
UCF
it
gets
is,
the
man.
job done if we can focus up. Penalties have been an issue this season. I hope we can clean up, especially with a loud environment where communication is going to be more difficult. But I anticipate it being a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be
Very,
a fun
very
one to
excited.
watch.
Very
And
excited. Be a
we
fun
might
game
have
to
a little
watch.
thing on the vlogs, end coming up.
Yeah,
So
we might have a
Can't
little
wait to see
vlog
it.
coming
Can't
in.
wait to see it.
Gonna be pretty
yeah,
exciting starting it off here in Colorado, starting off the vlog and taking us through our weekend in the swamp. Saturdays are for the chomp. You know what I mean? So
oh my, okay, bro, relax. Alright, let's move on to the NFL, shall we? Interesting week last week around the NFL. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Interesting week in the NFL. Week 4, Thursday night football. I mean, we can just go through the games that um we want to talk about. I mean, Cowboys beat the
I'm just
Giants.
gonna. I think a thing I wanna just mention is the Vikings, man. Um, wow,
Very, very good.
they're they're 4-0. Wow.
I
I
called
mean,
it. I said, give me the Vikings. I
I
thought they
am
were gonna
I
beat
am
the
impressed. Jordan
Packers.
Love played a great game, minus the interceptions. Um, Green Bay is lacking right now in the run game. Josh Jacobs is not playing up to par. Not like he was 2 years ago with a 2,000 total yard season. But their receiving core is it's amazing. You have Jaden Reed, you have Dontavion Wicks, and all these other gentlemen
Christian
who are
Watson as well, who's
playing
gonna develop into a nice player.
playing well.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, Green Bay almost made a comeback there. If you see in the fourth quarter, 22
Yeah.
points scored.
No,
Um,
absolutely.
which we've seen Vikings tend to sometimes, blow leads, especially
Choke
last
it.
year.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get the job done, but it seems like this year they're able to get it well. That's all I really can comment about
We'll
this
see
game,
how,
but
how they
yeah.
how they do in close games like this later in the season. That's really what's going to be a test for them. I mean, we saw a dominant Vikings team in the regular season 2 years ago with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. I think they put up 11 or 12 wins in the regular season. Like absolutely great. Had the game of the year beating Buffalo with the
Yeah.
craziest catch I've ever seen a football player
Mhm.
do in Justin Jefferson in that game, and they lost in the first round to the Giants. So, again,
Yeah.
take these wins and losses, especially at this point in the season, with a grain of salt always.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Broncos country is still riding, barely.
Oh my God.
The
I'm
Jets
so
just,
happy.
I mean, look, I'm just, for a player with the caliber of Aaron Rodgers and the team he has around him,
Yeah,
horrible
I don't know how the
execution.
Jets.
Absolutely disgusting. Okay, I gotta say, Brees Hall, heck of a player. How is Braylon Allen the one leading your team in rushing yards? I understand, the Broncos, they have a
I don't
relatively
even know
good
what that guy
defense,
is, bro.
but Bo Nix, 60 yard. I think in the first half he threw for -4 yards, if
7.
I'm
I
not
believe it was
mistaken.
-7
Negative
yards.
7.
The
I
Jets, man.
Throw me in the NFL. I'm not throwing -7. I'm throwing 0. That's still better than Bo Nix, okay? But
The
I'm
Jets
just
will always
surprised.
find a way to
I
to
know.
just
I'm
lose the
They
game.
surprised,
really
and
will.
there's something I want to mention once we finish with this recap of the NFL last week, because there's one thing I want to mention. But another team I want to look at is how about those Bucks, man? How
Yeah.
about those Bucks, Colin? I know you
Yeah.
like Baker Mayfield, so I'd love for you to talk about that real quick.
How about what the heck
Baker
is a
Mayfield.
dolphin, bro? Like, what's a dolphin? Like, jeez.
I don't know. The
What?
Dolphins are not the Buccaneers.
I wish we
that.
were the Buccaneers.
No, the Buccaneers are a great team. I think it was embarrassing to lose to the Broncos last week, but they played very well. Obviously, 33 points. Mike Evans went off. Bucky Irving, shout out to him. Baker Mayfield used his usual stuff. He also had a rushing touchdown to go with those 2 throwing ones, passing ones. But
yeah.
honestly, I think it's really more so on the fact that the Eagles are so bad. Like how I don't understand
I
how
don't
they.
even
Jalen
think they're
Hurts has
bad.
been
I think they're just
exposed as a
very
fraud.
inconsistent. They're so
It's
inconsistent.
it's
Yeah.
they're currently in a weird spot. AJ Brown is out. Devonta Smith is out, so Jalen Hurts' top targets aren't there.
Yeah, that is
But I
true.
don't
They are a bit
I don't
injury
think that
riddled
should
on the
be an
offensive
excuse
side.
for a player on the level and caliber of Jalen Hurts, who has been
Well,
uh,
I
a,
think Jalen Hurts is
a
overrated personally.
A little
I
bit.
disagree. I personally like Jalen Hurts. Um, I just think he's a well-rounded player. He does have the tendencies to throw really bad interceptions, especially last year. But this is unacceptable from the Eagles team, and maybe Nick Sirianni would have to change some sort of thing going on over there. Um, but that's really
Now,
all I can say.
I will quickly say the Oscars upset alert is back. It did hit this week. However,
I don't know how, bro. How the
the
heck did what?
the the footage was
The Bears.
uh
I
it
called
wasn't
it too.
corrupted but yeah,
He
we're gonna
he
have
did
to.
say it though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mark agreed with me.
yeah. I remember. Unfortunately, guys, we couldn't get that podcast out to you due to
Yeah,
some
but
technical
I predicted
difficulties.
last week the Bears to upset the Rams. For my upset alert, I said they were gonna have a bounce back game, which they did. DeAndre Swift went crazy. Uh,
Jesus, I
yeah,
didn't see that.
16
Yeah.
carries. I had him on my bench on fantasy, so I was a little disappointed, but it's fine. I lived with that. I knew going into that week, even though I patted him on the upset alert, he wasn't performing up to par before that. And I didn't mind having him on the bench, even though he dropped 33 points. Um, but yeah, I said the Rams were just going to be a little bit shaken after playing the Niners in a great win that they had the week beforehand. And the Bears just really needed this win. So I just kind of took those elements into consideration and then chose this as my upset alert. And uh, like I said, I'm not a betting man, but if you were to bet, you would have won.
I'm not sure if you heard, but Caleb Williams and the offense had a meeting prior to the game with the offensive coordinator, stating that they're not happy with the offense. They want to be more aggressive as a team. Um, could this be the first sign of a relatively better Chicago Bears team?
I hope
It's
so.
possible.
I hope so
Um,
for DeAndre
are
Swift's
the
sake.
Rams down half of their team? Half their team is on IR right now. They don't have any O linemen.
Yes.
They don't have any defensive backs. They don't have any receivers. Yes. Do I think this game is a fluke? No, I don't think so. I think we're going to see a lot more of the Bears this year. Not consistently, but I think we're going to see a lot more of them.
Speaking of aggressive, offensive, must-watch football, how are these Commanders and Jaden Daniels doing this? Because he is just balling, like truly just playing out of his mind. He has had more scoring drives than incomplete passes this season.
I saw that today.
Think
He's
Absurd.
quite the
about that.
guy. I was really
Absurd.
impressed with him coming out of college. I thought that he was going to be one of these guys that he was so dynamic in college, just in terms of his skill set. Because there's a lot of guys that have big arms, and I'll use an example. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'll use Joe Milton from the Tennessee, Volunteers. Guy's a heck of an arm, but I don't think he's going to be a heck of a football player. You can't just have an arm. This guy's got it all. This guy can move. This guy can throw. This guy makes good decisions in the pocket. I watched a lot of
I
his
mean, he was the Heisman winner last year. Um,
quite the
and,
Yeah.
guy.
and I think he's been showing it so far this year in the NFL, making a
Yeah,
case for MVP so far. I mean, truly.
You
And
see
I
his
think it's
efficiency
just
there. He throws for 86%. Not connecting on 4 passes is just
yeah,
very
NFL
efficient
record
work. So
for highest completion percentage in their first 4 games in the NFL. So very
I
impressive
also
stuff from him.
wanna mention. I'm really happy for Terry McLaurin. He's just had really bad
Quarterback luck.
experiences
Yeah.
and time with quarterbacks, and now Jay Daniels is looking pretty good, and I think we're gonna see a lot more of Terry McLaurin, a lot more of Brian Robinson Jr. And whoever bought on Zach Ertz, in fantasy football or in whatever, I think they made a good move there. I'm really excited to see the future of this team, but man, the Cardinals did not look good. Besides James Conner being the only thing shining on that offense right there with over 100 rushing yards, and the tutty. Um, but the passing game, man, not good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely. Um, so that was a game.
I do
Rasheed Rice
remember.
got
I do remember
What?
one thing. I remember I called it the Raiders last week. We're gonna beat the Browns, if I'm not mistaken. I shouted out Coach K as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raiders.
Mark had a
Raiders.
great week last week in terms of predictions, but
Yeah, I did. Unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Uh, Bills Ravens. Very very happy to watch this game. They finally
yeah,
lost. Very
I
exciting.
Yeah.
Uh,
very poor showing from them. Honestly, I expected a much tighter game, but Derrick Henry just dominated from the
yeah.
start.
My
Good for
God.
me. I had him on
That
fast.
what is it? 80, 87, 89 yard rush. First drive for the Baltimore
Also, I'm
Ravens.
pretty sure
For
he
being
had
that
over
big of a
200
guy, how
yards
quick
in
he
that
is.
game. It's
I
crazy.
saw a
Yeah,
clip of him. I saw a clip of him. They're tracking his acceleration. He kind of, you can't tell just because his center of gravity is so high, but he moves. Like he really does. To
yeah.
put up
Oh yeah.
200 yards like that, I think
He's a
on
Florida
24
boy.
carries he's a thick boy.
They make him
Yeah.
different out here, man. He's a Florida boy.
Definitely
Oh,
a
dude.
big problem
Yulee, what
with
you know about
the
Yulee,
receiving
Florida?
core. The receiving core of
There's
Baltimore, man. Having your backup running back be leading your receivers is not good, especially when you have a player like of the caliber of Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, and whoever else you have there.
yeah.
Maybe they might be front runners for trading for Devontae Adams, but we'll get to that in just a little bit.
I don't think so in terms of Devontae Adams, but I think this is actually a good sign because typically you see a running back leading your team in receiving yards or your quarterback leading your team in rushing yards, and they lose, and it's like, bro, it's like you guys suck. Your running back had 20 receiving yards and he led your team. The fact that your backup running back is having 80 yards receiving and you're winning the game, you're scoring 35 points against one of the best teams in the league is very encouraging.
I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, it's a heck of a team. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
just want to throw that
Um,
out there.
Yeah,
I hear a heck
definitely.
echo, by the way.
Yeah, that's all right. So I guess we'll move on to the. I mean, do we really got to talk about this game right here?
No.
I don't
No,
know,
first
let's bring
season's
it up.
over. It's over.
Let's. My God. Okay, that's very frustrating. Lions versus Seahawks. I said last week, which we didn't upload the video, but I said
Yeah.
that these games they always play each other, and they're always very high scoring, very entertaining games. And look what happened. The defenses decided to go to sleep, and I was right. I was wrong on the winner of the game, but the Lions broke I
Like
believe
we
6.
told you would be.
I told you the Lions were gonna win, but man, that play pass Amon-Ra to Jared Goff, not Jared Goff to Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra, man, that is wow, man. And look like
That's
Jameer Gibbs, man, popping off,
That's
what
some
an
damn
absolute
Campbell
specimen.
football. That's some real man's
Yeah.
football right there.
Yeah. I mean, Jared Goff setting the record for most pass attempts without an incompletion. In a
Insane.
single game, 18 for 18. And
Geno Smith, 38 for 56.
Yeah.
56 pass attempts. That is absurd. And one tutty, for those stats, they
No,
gotta
no,
get
but
that job done.
No, but
No,
it's because
oh.
he played very well, and Kenneth Walker had
No,
3
no,
touchdowns.
I know.
That's why.
I know. No. I'm just saying. That
Yeah.
is some insane stats. 56 pass attempts is insane.
Yeah, he threw the ball a lot, and what's interesting is if you take Jared Goff's completions added to his pass attempts, which are the same, that's still less than Geno Smith's completions. So I saw that and I was like, wow, Geno Smith threw the ball a ton.
Yeah.
But I will say though, the Seahawks got robbed of potentially winning this game. They threw a flag when they were driving to try and win the game, and they had the punt, and then they went for it on 4th down. Anyway, bad call. Seahawks should have won. I stand by my statement that the Seahawks.
I don't care. I'm riding the
should've won the
Lions
game.
train until they ride to the bull.
Could've, should've, would've, could.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's
Let's
move
get
on
into this week's
to our favorite segment.
yeah of the podcast.
Predictions.
Whoa. Oh.
Dun, dun,
NF
dun, dun.
predictions.
UCF.
Nice.
I'll be doing a lot of that
We
this
are
weekend.
Penn State.
Yeah.
Um, let me see.
Quick update on the MLB. It's top of the sixth
Yeah,
with the
talk about
Mets
that
and
real
the
quick.
Brewers. Mets are winning 3-2, and good for me. The Padres are winning 5-1 in the middle of the third. So against the Braves.
Awesome.
So
Dang, it's pretty good. We'll see what goes on there.
yeah, they might sweep the Braves.
Yeah, I mean the Braves, the Braves without Acuna. I mean last time Acuna was injured, they won the World Series. So, but now
Yeah.
Acuna's injured. I mean they don't have Dansby Swanson. I don't know. It's not looking like the same old Braves that we're used to
Nope.
seeing.
No more
Um,
Chupapi Muñeños.
Yeah. Um. All right, Marco. Marco's back. All right, let's do the predictions. So we'll go down the line a little quicker than usual, I guess. Buccaneers versus the Falcons on Thursday Night Football. Mark, who do you got?
Buccaneers Falcons. I have the Buccaneers taking that game.
Okay, Buccaneers. Oscar, what do you think?
Give me the Bucks. I mean, I feel bad for the Falcons, and honestly, I can see them winning as well. They are not as bad as a team as people are giving them rep for, but the Bucks are just playing insane football right now. So give me the Bucks.
Cool. Marco, what do you think?
Yeah, sorry about the audio if it's bad, but I'm also gonna take the Bucks. I like what I saw, and at least the highlights of last week. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bucks as well, just because I've been trying to predict upsets and they never happen, and I'm always wrong. But honestly, I feel like a divisional game, prime time in Atlanta, I would not be surprised if the Falcons win. But I'm just
Yeah.
gonna pick the Buccaneers because they're a better team. Jets versus the Vikings. I'm emphatically once again going against the New York Jets. Give me the Minnesota Vikings to win in London, by the way.
Yeah. It's a 9:30 a.m. game. I will agree with you. Give me the Vikings.
I want to say the Vikings are going to be 5-0. I just have a feeling. I feel like the Jets are going to take this. I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. Usually all those international games are not super high scoring. Players deal with jet lag, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I think the Jets will get it done here in a close match.
Interesting. Marco, who do you got in this one? You're muted, bud.
My bad.
That one guy on Zoom be like,
Yeah, I'll take the Vikings. They're clearly doing something special over there. You can't fake a perfect record like
Great
that.
choice.
I think they're doing good stuff. And the Jets are looking pretty abysmal. Just like we were saying, Braylon, whatever his name is, never heard of him. The fact that he's their rush leader is probably a bad sign. So I'll take the Vikings.
Youngest player in the NFL. Youngest player in the NFL.
how old is he?
I believe he's 20. Or he might be 21.
You're 20.
but So is Oscar.
Hey.
Oh, I'm not
Happy
the
birthday,
old,
Big O.
I'm not the old one here anymore. All right, Panthers versus Bears. First overall pick competition here.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
except one of the first overall picks is benched for redhead
Yeah.
What's his name?
I agree with Mark.
Andy
Andy
I don't
Dalton.
care. Andy
This is
Dalton.
not the
Who
first
cares?
pick, though.
Irrelevant.
You cannot disrespect the legend of the Red Rifle.
Bro, Andy Dalton, he might be Chip Gaines from Fixer Upper. Like, he might be that guy. Like, he goes in and he gets the job done.
I love the reference. That's a low-key reference, but
Oh man, that's good.
He goes
I
in,
think,
he sees a broken house, and he gets it done.
yeah,
Mhm.
he does. You're right. Absolutely right. So are you picking the Panthers?
No, I think they're still
Oh.
dog water. I think Caleb Williams, he'll figure it out. I'll take the Bears. Go Bears, go.
I'm gonna agree with Marco here.
Oh, man.
However, I won't hype up the Panthers like he did, but I'll give me the Bears for their second win in a row up here versus the Panthers.
Yeah, like Marco said, Chip and Joanna, they're just not going to be able to get the job done here. It's still going to be a fixer-upper after this game.
This
and
one
I'm
went
more of
over the
a
budget. This
I'm
one's going
more
over the budget. This one's going
I'm
over the
more of a
budget.
Yeah, bro.
Property Brothers type of guy. So I'm taking the Bears.
Oh, hot take there.
Yeah. Whoa, hot take. You guys chose the Bears.
No.
Yeah, Colin's gonna go Chuba Hubbard.
Oh,
because,
with the fixer-upper.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mark, you're 100% correct. The Panthers are going to win this game. It's very obvious to me. Andy Dalton is too good. The Bears are too bad. I picked up Chuba Hubbard in both of my fantasy leagues. He's going to pop
Yeah, no
off
one
again.
cares.
I've never seen. He's like peak leprechaun status. Like that hair is orange, dog. Like he looks like some Huey Magoo's chicken tendies on his dome piece. He looks like some
buddy.
flamin' hot Cheeto tech on that. I'm not messing around with Andy D. Give me that Sunny D, baby.
Wow.
Oh my god, wow.
Man,
that
the
was
Mark
that was
Leto
a good
puns, man, they
performance.
never go
Lots of-
wrong.
Lot to unpack there for the audience.
Browns versus the Commanders.
I'm buying into the hype. Give me the Commanders.
Yeah, I'll also
Yeah,
take the
until-
Redskins. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Until the Browns get Nick Chubb
Those
back or
darn
Nick Chubb.
commies. They're ruining our
You know,
league.
Even though I don't like the current political situation in Washington, I'm still taking the Commanders.
Yeah, not really a fan of the political climate right now. I'm still gonna take the Redskins because I think they deserve it as a people. So, justice for cheap hanging foot or whatever his name is, Tippecanoe, whatever.
Typical. Oh my god, I want to pick the Browns so bad.
But Jaden Daniels is a thing.
If you
I
do,
know,
JD
but-
Vance will be happy.
I'm picking the Browns. I think the Command Skins are gonna lose finally. So
Command skins, say it like a
yeah.
man. The Redskins.
the Redskins. No, I mean they are the Redskins through and through. I think they're gonna change their name back to the Redskins personally. But
Now the
I hope
worst
so.
two teams in the NFL right now. I hate saying
whoa,
this.
whoa. Heck no. Heck no.
Whoa, no,
We're gonna
Colin,
We're gonna
we are dog water on a level of dog water I have never seen in my life before. Colin, they could
We are
throw you
so
in at
dog
quarterback.
water that the water isn't murky. When you look at it, you actually see dogs in it.
Colin, the
It is
Everglades water
swampy.
is clear. The water in the canals in Pinecrest are clearer than
Colin, how can you say
the
that
dog
after
waterness
witnessing the
of the
slaughter
Miami
we
Dolphins?
just did
Colin,
live
Colin,
on
have
Monday
you
night?
ever driven past? Have you ever driven past St. Louis Church? Have you ever? You know that canal we love? You know that canal?
Yeah,
You
the
know
one
what
where
I'm
Mark caught the peacock.
The Dolphins cannot even sniff the jockstrap. That is Fiji water compared to what we are right now, sir. Bottled at the source in the Nordic icebergs, sir.
Yeah,
Look,
no, you're
man.
you're
I
you're
think
tripping.
the
I go
Dolphins should
Patriots
have.
all the way. Bill
No,
Belichick,
calm down,
stop
calm down.
dating girls. Stop dating my daughter. Supply and demand does not allow 70-year-old men to be scooping up birds like that. Stop the chain of command and give us our women back. Go Pats,
You're
go.
rich and you have 8 Super Bowl rings. I think you can do
Look.
whatever you want.
Look, man.
Whoa,
I think the
whoa,
Dolphins
whoa.
should host a high school tryout, kind of like how Miami Coral Park Senior High School did, and they're still gonna end up dog water. I think they need Colin Fursley under center. Tyron Huntley, he is Lamar Jackson from Wish. Skylar Thompson, brother, are you serious? Who's our third string? I don't even know. I don't care. Tyreek Hill the third. He's dog water. Jalen Waddle has fallen off the face of the earth. Devon A-Chain, that guy's rushing for 40 yards. Tyler Fursley, I'm sorry. I know you have him in fantasy. He's gonna do worse this week.
You
The
know it's
Patriots
bad
defense
when
is at
Devon
least a little
A-Chain
bit better.
posts on Twitter, sorry fantasy managers, fans stick with us. You know that ain't a good sign, bro.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm
Are
sorry.
you
and-
wait? You guys
Yo,
are
Justice
actually
for
gonna
Reed,
sit
though.
here and
Hold on,
tell me
I
right now?
didn't-
I didn't finish Colin Fursley. Colin
Go
Michael
ahead.
Fursley.
Go,
Look,
Mike, Mark,
look.
Sharble, Francis. Go ahead.
Thank you. Look, man.
Marble!
You already know. Yeah. Look, brother. This is still my home team. I'm still gonna take them, die or not. Win or die. I'm taking the Dolphins. I don't care. This is my team. I want our team to succeed. Do I think we're going to succeed? No, I think we're riding to the first overall pick, and we're picking Cam Ward, and Tua Tagovailoa is going to, like, go to, like, I don't know, he's going to go to some random Yee team. I don't He's going to go to the Saints because Derek Carr's probably going to have, like, his ACL torn or some shiz, and then he's going to pop off. And we're gonna regret every decision we've made, because with the Miami Dolphins, and we let go of like Jarvis Landry and Minka Fitzpatrick and all those guys. But I'm taking the Dolphins. We're gonna win. Like, it's gonna be like 7-3. I swear to God, it's gonna be the lowest scoring game of NFL of all time. I think it's gonna be the Dolphins are gonna win off of a safety, and the Patriots are gonna score 0.
Wow.
That's it. That's all I can say.
The Dolphins are winning. This is very obvious.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins will win, but oh my God, it's gonna be painful to watch.
If the Dolphins don't win, I'll vote for Kamala Harris for president.
Oh my.
You're wrong. Don't do it.
I take it.
This guy's tripping.
That was awesome. That was the best. That was the best single thing Oscar has ever said on this podcast. Oh my God.
No, I'm
That
sorry.
was awesome.
I'm sorry. I cannot get past Mark. Like, that will be the first YouTube short. We're gonna post it on November 6th with whatever happens. Bro, you did not just say that you're putting.
I'm sorry.
You're putting the Dolphins like you just explained how the Miami-Dade sewer system is comparable to this team, and now you're saying that you will flip your voter affiliation? You're suited right now, fam.
I will never flip my voter affiliation. Ever.
Okay, we're done talking about voter affiliation.
TRUMP2024 till I die.
Oh my God,
Look at what
Marco,
this
who are you
office
picking?
is doing in this country.
Oh my
People are
God.
going crazy. They need me back in office.
Yo,
I wish I had my
Marco,
Trump hat.
Marco, who are you picking for this game?
Oh, I got the Patriots. I haven't watched them.
Oh
I haven't
my
watched
God.
a second.
Oh,
I
no.
haven't watched a second. Wait, hold up. If you know anything
Oh my
about me
God.
and my family, my dad only hates 2 people. We talked about this before. I hate 2 other people, but my dad only hates Fidel Castro and Tom Brady. My dad hates the Patriots. I've grown up on Patriot hate lore. There's nothing that I hated more than turning on the TV on Sunday at 1 p.m., doing my iReady, and watching Tom Brady and company whack the floor with my Miami Dolphins. That is a painful thing. To fail your iReady test and then watch yourself get clobbered by the New England Patriots, I'm sorry. The Dolphins need to learn. We've been bad boys. I want them to punish us.
It's all
Okay.
Miss Boger's fault anyway.
I'm gonna be honest. No, I'll take the Dolphins. I'm still gonna believe in them. I mean, it is what it is. But I wouldn't be upset if we lost 2. I mean, all bad boys need to learn lessons. Free Diddy.
Okay, bro. Colts, Jaguars. Let's move on, please.
Wait, Colin, what's your pick?
The Dolphins. Duh.
Yeah.
Who did you think I was gonna pick? What?
The
Oh,
Raiders. No, I'm just.
The Colts versus the Jaguars, guys. What do we?
Joe Flacco is the
here?
truth, bro. Can we
Joe
talk
Flacco.
about Joe Flacco,
Joe
please?
Flacco.
This
Man,
guy,
that guy
does not age, bro. And the Jaguars, I want them to go 0 17
Joe
now.
Flacco's
So.
the coolest guy that everyone is. He's old enough to be everyone's dad, but he's actually chill. Like, and he gets
Like
the job
LeBron
done
on the
too.
Lakers.
Joe Flacco is like Alan Fursley. He's just one of the boys. He's
Yeah.
just. It doesn't matter his age. He doesn't look a day over 40. But man, he's just one of
He's
the
not
boys. I swear,
over
you
40.
could be cracking. I know Papa Allen isn't over 40. You don't gotta
No,
tell
I'm
me. I'm
talking
talking
about
about
Joe Flacco.
I don't care about Joe Flacco. I'm
Look,
talking
he's
about
like
Papa
some fine
Allen.
wine though. He's aging nicely. He's like some 2015 Chardonnay from the fields of Bordeaux in France. Like he was nice in the Ravens, 10 years ago, and he's still nice today. I mean, I
Oh, we're
respect
talking about
the
Joe
guy.
Flacco?
Yes.
Oh, my fault.
Well, we know Alan Fursley ages like fine wine, but I'm talking about the guy that's playing. It's getting paid millions of dollars to play on primetime TV. So
Yep. Give me the Colts.
I'm
Give me the
taking
Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. I think Trevor
I'm
Lawrence.
taking the Colts.
Trevor Lawrence isn't worth the Pantene
Great.
he puts in his hair. I think I'm taking the
That
Colts.
just means the
Wow.
Jaguars are gonna win now.
Wow. Hair shampoo and
Okay.
conditioner.
Suave
Ooh,
mente.
interesting matchup. Bills versus the Texans. Stephon Diggs playing against his old team.
Nico
Gimme.
Collins has been on my bench all season. Apparently he's good.
What? No, you're joking, bro. There's no
No,
way.
hold on. Not in
It's
our
Hold
in-
league.
on, Marco,
It's in-
you got it.
it-
No,
It's in my family
no.
league.
Oh, okay. I was about to
Yeah.
say, brother. Oh my
Bro, the
God.
Bills are scary, bro. I don't know how either team is doing, but when I see the Bills, a little chill goes down my spine, Tech. So, little Doc McStuffins needs to come and fix me up after seeing the Bills. So I'm taking the Bills.
Dr. McStuffins. Oh my
Marco's
God.
just throwing out those references today, man.
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude.
God.
Bro,
Man, I didn't know I was watching Disney Channel.
do you guys want Dr. Castañeda on South Miami Avenue, or do you want Doc McStuffins, bro? I'm taking Doc
Dude.
McStuffins.
Oh, man.
Um,
Yeah, I hate both
I'll
of these
take-
teams.
yeah. Well,
I
I
I
want
hate the
Dr.
Bills.
Diane Neto, bro.
I hate the Bills more, and I have Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon on my fantasy team. So go Texans.
I'll trade you for Joe Mixon.
Okay,
Ooh.
so I don't hate the
I don't know.
Texans. I do despise the Bills. But I think the Bills are just gonna go crazy. Specifically, Josh Allen is gonna go crazy this week because of what happened against the Ravens. And I think it's gonna be a very close game, but the Bills are gonna win by a touchdown and a field goal. So that's
Okay.
what
Mark, who do you think is
10
going to win?
points.
I think the Bills are winning this, man.
Marco, who do you think is going to win?
I'm also taking the Bills. Like I said, the Bills are a scary team. Josh Allen hasn't declined at all, really. Like some quarterbacks do. I think he's got a good squad around him too. I think they'll get it done. I don't even think it's winter time yet, where weather's a factor. So I'm taking them
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah. Then we got the Ravens versus the Bengals. Interesting matchup. Ravens and Bengals coming off a win.
I will say this:
Aren't the Bengals junk this year? Excuse my
they're
ignorance.
all right.
Yeah, but they finally won. But it was only weeks 1 through 3, so like they're gonna lose. Like they always lose. So that doesn't really mean that they're bad.
I will say this: the Bengals always seems to be the Ravens' bogey team for some reason, and they're divisional rivals. So I think the Bengals will actually win this game, but lose their next game against them. So give me the Bengals for this game.
I agree. I want the Bengals as well.
I agree too. I need Joe Burrow to pop off.
Me too. And T Higgins,
Joe Burrow,
please,
Joe
T
Burrow.
And
Higgins.
T. Higgins.
T Higgins, I need you, bro. T Higgins, you're my
Look,
you're my
I just
savior.
need Colin to beat Tyler Fursley in fantasy, and I'll be
Me
happy.
too,
Actually,
bro.
I think am I not playing him this week?
No, I'm playing Tyler.
Oh, you are?
Jesus. Dude. He has Achan. I hope he does bad. This is not going well. But I hope he does good because I want the Dolphins to win. Oh no. All right. Let's keep it moving. Oh wait, Marco. Who do you think's gonna win?
I like the Ravens, bro. I think they're a dynamic team.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Okay. Raiders versus Broncos. We got Broncos
Guys,
country. Let's ride versus Raiders.
I can't choose. I can't. I love them equally. I'm taking a
Coach
tie.
K versus Color. No. Oh, for real?
If that happens, double
Taking a
points.
tie. I'm taking.
If that happens,
taking a
double
tie.
points on all your predictions.
Nah, I'm
this
just
week.
joking. I love Coach K. Best professor I've ever had. Raiders.
I don't know.
I don't think Broncos
although he
country is
doesn't
gonna
play
ride.
for them anymore, unlimited dookies. Give me the Broncos, man. They've been playing pretty good, and so have the Raiders. So I actually think it's going to be a quite competitive game. But give me the Broncos.
I'm gonna
You can't
go
go wrong with any pick here, honestly.
with bro. You can go so wrong with both of them.
Bro,
Marco, who do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like the Broncos had, just from what I saw briefly, a lot of red flags against the Jets last week. I don't know, man.
A win is a win is a win.
I don't know, man.
That's
I think he hasn't. I mean, he's still young. I think he'll figure it out. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm gonna stand with Bo Nix and the country.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong, boys. Yeah.
Product of Gus
I'm just
Malzahn.
gonna go with the Raiders just to split the room here. I don't feel confident in any of them, but yeah, let's
It's a
go with the
50-50.
Raiders.
Man.
It's a toss-up.
The two teams I love that are playing each other, man.
Yep, and they play
Yeah,
each
this
other
is the
again
Mark
later in
Bowl.
the
Yeah,
season
this is the
too.
Mark Bowl.
Cardinals versus the 49ers. I'm gonna go with the I'll go with the 49ers. What do you guys think?
Awkward
Complete
moment of silence. Yeah, man.
I could see the Cardinals winning, but I'm gonna agree with you, Colin. Give me the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 49ers are going to have their weapons back. I'm pretty sure Debo will be back fully. Kittle will be back fully. Of course, McCaffrey's out with Achilles tendonitis in both Achilles, but I'm taking the 49ers here. I think it'll be a good game, though.
Yeah, I'm also gonna go with the 49ers. I think that they've stayed pretty consistent as a team. Even though I haven't watched them a whole lot, I think they're a good squad. I don't really have a lot of confidence in Arizona. I haven't watched the whole. I've watched even less of them, so I have more certainty in the 49ers.
Arizona's been
decision.
playing pretty good this year.
Well, I guess I
Yeah,
stand
I mean, I
corrected,
don't
but
It's a divisional game. Anything can happen.
James Conner's playing well. Marvin Harrison's playing well. That's really it.
Kyler Murray has to play well. Please, Kyler Murray, do something for me. Giants versus Seahawks. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I think they're pretty solid.
Give me the Giants for this one.
Interesting.
I
I'm
like
waiting
the
for
way.
this upset alert because he's already picked upsets, but he hasn't announced the alert. So I'm waiting.
Yeah, this is not it, and this is not it.
I'm taking the Seahawks here.
Oh, I know what this guy's about
Yeah.
to do. Marco.
yeah, I've seen good things about the Hawks this year. I'll take the Hawks.
Cool. And then
Yeah,
Packers.
hey, the Giants have been playing great, all things considered.
That's true. Malik Neighbors is doing well. Packers versus the Rams. I'm gonna go with the Packers. I just need Jaden Reed to pop off really badly, and that's the only reason why.
I think the Packers need a win after what happened last week, and so do the Rams because they lost to the Bears. But the Rams are just a bit worse than the Packers, I think, at this point in time. So, give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers here, man. I don't think the Rams have their weapons here yet. And they're going into a bye after this, so yeah, Packers.
I'll take the herd mentality here. Go Pack.
Go Pack, go. Sounds
Go
good.
Pack, go.
Cowboys versus the Steelers. Jesus Christ, what do we do here?
The
Oh
Steelers
God,
are such a cursed franchise to try to predict for, bro.
I know, and it's the rivalry. It's in Pittsburgh, prime time. Like this is all of the reasons why this is gonna go wrong.
Yeah, why it should be a Steelers win.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
And
So just a better team.
I will second that.
You know, it should be a Steelers win, and it is going to be a Steelers win. I
Really,
got the
because
Steelers.
it should be a Cowboys win. Cowboys are way
Yeah.
better than the Steelers, but it's just that the Steelers just find a way.
They always find a way.
Not last week. Marco,
Might
what do
be
you think?
convinced to switch my pick.
I don't
You
know,
can
man.
still do so.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I
Let me
feel bad for
quickly-
that old guy, Jerry Jones. I'll go for Cowboys. He looks so. he
Never
looks so.
say that again in your life.
He looks so
I
sad
feel
all the
bad for the
time.
billionaire.
He looks so sad all the time. He has all this money but
You
no
know-
happiness.
Because his team sucks because he doesn't pay his players.
Whoops.
You know what?
He,
I'll
he can
stick
pay
to my
them boys
pick.
out of
I'll
pocket if
pick
he
the
wanted
Okay.
to.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Saints Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs, and it's prime time. Everyone's gonna be watching them. The refs are gonna want their moment spotlight. Give me the Chiefs. This is too easy. The refs are gonna do anything they can to take the prime time moment away. So the Chiefs all the way, baby. Oscar, I'll save you for last because we know what's gonna happen. Mark, go ahead.
Who dat?
Oh, he's going
Who
too.
dat? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? I got the Saints winning this. I'm riding the Saints train. I don't care. I think the Saints have a heck of a team. And I guess
They lost to a guy named Koo last week.
yeah, I don't care, brother.
Drop 20
The
points.
Saints are like that, brother. I like Alvin Kamara. I hope he pops off. Honestly,
Oh,
please,
me
I
too,
need
me
him in
too.
fantasy.
I love Alvin Kamara. Marco, who do you think? Chiefs Saints.
Still taking the Chiefs, bro. It's the Chiefs, bro.
Colin,
How about them Chiefs?
Colin, do you hear that? That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
You guys are clowns.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This week's Oscars upset alert of the week is the Chiefs versus the Saints. Give me the Saints, and I'll give you a few reasons why. Now,
Sure.
what we know about the Chiefs in the last few years is they always have a great record, right? And this year, no exception. They're starting off 4-0. However, they always lose against a team they're not supposed to lose against, a plebby team. Last year, it was the Broncos, right? Middle of the year, right after, I think it was 2 weeks after they had lost to the Dolphins, who had scored 70 on them.
Whoa, wait. Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So and not only that, the Chiefs are just injured to smithereens right now. They barely escaped last week. I think they're as vulnerable as they're gonna be this season. Give me the Saints, man. They're gonna find a way on prime time, like you said, Colin, and they're gonna find a way to slither and smangle their way into the end zone through the play of Alvin Kamara and maybe even a little bit of the receivers kicking in a few chunk plays, but they'll find a way to win this game. I
Interesting.
call it on the Oscars upset alert.
Who
Yep,
dat?
absolutely.
Who dat?
Whoa,
Who that?
what an eventful episode. Many clips that can be clipped. Many moments that can be shared. Marco
Yep.
Neto has graced us with his insights
Great to
and
have you back, Marco.
and Disney Channel references that I love so much. Great episode, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'll sign us off here. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Get It Right Saturday Night Podcast. It's honestly a pleasure that we get to come out here and talk to you guys. Be on the lookout for a vlog dropping at some point soon in the next week or so. We're gonna have some great content with Marco, myself, and Colin. All up in Gainesville. Fortunately, I wish Oscar was there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
But he already
down
went
here
up
in
before
Miami.
us. But it's always great to have Marco on the pod, and thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Peace and love, baby.
See you guys.